Coach, I know it's early, but what's your concern level with the offense right now?
Well, I'm concerned, obviously. I mean, we have a lot of good hitters who've played in this league and played good. We're just, I don't know why we're pressing at the plate in week one. We're not making people get us out. We're kind of getting ourselves out a lot. We're not controlling the counts. I think, the amount of times 3-2 count tonight, we swing out of the zone at a ball instead of taking the walk. We've been talking about it all week. And it's the type of pitching it's not overpowering, it's just a lot of soft and a lot of sink, and you have to be disciplined, and we're just not showing a lot of discipline right now. I think he got some outs in there, but I think the first 11 pitches of the game were a ball, and we're swinging. And I don't understand right now. We got good hitters. Maybe they're trying to do a little too much right now, but we're going to have to fix that, and make people get us out with good pitches instead of balls out of the zone.
Steph?
Just going off of that, it seems like offensively you guys have had some games where maybe get some runs later in the game. What do you think it is early in games? How important is it to try to get some runs early in games to loosen up some of those guys that are not pressing?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking, even the 2 games we've lost, we had opportunities like in the first inning, and we just don't take advantage of them. And then it builds, and then you try a little harder. Like I said, we got good hitters. We got some of the better hitters in the country. But it's being able to get out to a good start and let the game come to us. It's like we're out there trying to grab the game right now. We got to relax a little bit.
Robbie?
How frustrating is it too when you get 13 strikeouts and no walks tonight? Your pitchers are really competing like you want them to and attacking the strike zone, and now you have kind of the issues on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, it's frustrating. It is frustrating. We've pitched good enough all week to win. We should probably have enough to win every game that we've played, but like I said, we're just not getting it offensively. And like I said, we got good hitters. They're just trying to do a little too much right now, and you go through this ebb and flow of the season, and sometimes you're hot and sometimes you're not. Unfortunately, we started out offensively not, and we got to figure that out.
Jacob?
Coach, first appearance for Nolan on the mound. How do you think he did it on?
Thought he was good. I mean, the disappointing piece, we get the 2 outs and we hit the guy. I'm not as worried about the home run as I am about the HPP of just staying focused and finish your inning. He's got to get his lefties out, But I thought he did that as the night went on. I was happy for him. He's got a chance to be a big piece for us.
Steve?
Brooks, really solid outing from him today. I mean, what are you seeing from him, and how confident are you in him being a big piece down the stretch for you?
Oh, he's a big piece. I mean, he's got a really good slider and good stuff, and he's been out there before. Really good outing by him tonight. We're going to need him. We're going to need him for the long haul.
Benjamin?
Yeah, situationally, even in that 6th inning, when you guys start to break through, they cycle through a few pitchers, you have the bases loaded with nobody out, and only can get one more out of that situation. Is there, is that what you guys can do with situational hitting, or is that just sort of?
Well, I think it goes back to, we hit Ross Highfield has a great at bat. That ball hits the gap, it's probably a different ball game, right? But it goes to him, so you end up with first and second, 1 out, and then we don't control our bats. We swing out of the zone. When he walks us in the at bat and we swing, so that's kind of one puts you in a tough spot. So, but yeah, we got to be better. That's just, you got to be able to be locked in and be disciplined in those big moments.
Not just Evan, but kind of felt like guys last year that first inning maybe would have spiraled and gotten a little bit worse. It seems like he kind of controlled it, held him to 1 run. Why do you think you guys have been better at that this season, of kind of limiting the damage in an inning?
I just think it's a mentality they've had. They've just been really good. They've pitched good for pretty much for the whole year, and I think Coach Park's doing a great job with those guys. And they're just better. Evan's a better pitcher than he was this time last year. Brooks is better. They've all gotten a little bit better, which really helps, and a little more mature.
Steve?
Where are you as far as Mershon and Kohler right now?
They're practicing, so that's good. So I don't know. It's not tomorrow. But it's it's here shortly, and that'll be a big help. I mean, obviously, add 2 guys in there, and what it is it's our left-handers. So I don't know if you notice how many guys are coming in and matching us because we just have our left-handers out of the lineup right now. All my new left-handers are young. They're good, but they're young. So trying to minimize them a little bit early. But we get those 2 guys back, get those 2 lefty bats in the lineup. It'll help. They're close.
Steve?
And pitching plans for tomorrow?
No clue. So it'll be a bullpen day. It'll be a handful of guys. I got to meet with Coach Parker, but he wanted to wait and watch them at night before we announce. So we'll probably let something out here tonight or in the morning.
Really good outing for you tonight. What was working for you, and how confident are you right now?
Say,
We've only used my fastball slider really so far, but fastball is going to be pretty good consistently. Got to get back down on my slider some, but very confident in everything I have. In any situation I need to use it. So.
Steph?
What was this process kind of like for you, working way back from injury? I mean, having to sit out last season and kind of working your way back to get in this year?
It was longer than I hoped. We were kind of on the fence of me playing last year, and it kind of came down to, do we want to use him for half a year or not? So we kind of just decided not to. But full go this year, and like I said, after about 21 months of just kind of sitting around and watching people play the game I love, it's really nice to be back and be a part of it and just experience all again. So.
Robbie?
In your first outing back, I mean, you come in a huge spot there, and you were one pitch away from winning the ball game. How did that make you feel that the coaches had that faith in you to go out there in that spot in your first real game back in a couple of years and try to win the ball game?
It's a big confidence booster just to know that I've been gone for so long, and then in a situation like that, they don't have a doubt, just throw me out there with 2 runners on, one out in the bottom of the ninth kind of thing. But I mean, one pitch, like you said, I shook off to a pitch I felt comfortable with and missed my spot a little bit, and the kid just kind of put a swing on it and put it through a 4-hole. But just to know that they were comfortable enough to put me back out there 3 days later, just know that they're on my side regardless is a big confidence booster for me.
Benjamin?
It's been like working with Coach Parker and what he's been trying to get you to do, and how does his approach differ from what he's been taught here before?
Beforehand, we kind of had a little bit more freedom in what we wanted to do, and he's a little bit more hands-on. He's very detail-oriented. He's been studying these teams for months. I mean, even like early fall, you'd walk in his office, he'd have Air Force or whatever it was we were going to play pulled up, just getting a feel for them. So he's very prepared in everything, and he's very good at giving us that information so that when we step out on that mound, we know what to expect for each batter in each situation and what might come through the lineup. But it's been a really good experience. I've really enjoyed him being here.
Steve?
A couple of nip and tuck losses. What's the mood of the team right now after having a couple that you probably feel like you should have won?
I actually just came out of there, and they were saying, as the 4th game of the season, we're just getting started. So our pitching staff's doing really good, and our hitters really haven't done bad. We just haven't really strung some things together yet. But if the pitching side can keep being consistent, there's no doubt in my mind our hitters are going to light it up here pretty soon.
Steph?
Obviously, it's a smaller sample size, but walks have not been an issue for the staff this season. Why do you think command has been so strong for you guys early on?
We made that a very big key factor for us in the fall, and even in the summer, going back that far, of competing in the zone early and staying ahead and not trying to pick for pitches, but just going at hitters and using our strengths against their weaknesses and just going right at them and not worrying about the what ifs.
Steve?
One of the things that Coach Parker told me when he first got here is it wasn't just mechanics, it was the mental aspect of it. Where do you feel like on the mental side you guys have made the biggest gains?
If you look at our ERA for last year, it really wasn't good. And I think a lot of that was we kind of got beat down throughout the season and we just let it get to us. But we came into this season knowing that regardless of what happens, the next guy's going to pick us up. We're very confident in each other as a pitching staff, and I think that's really good for us. And regardless of what you do or who might come in next or what the next batter might come up and be, that we have all confidence in ourselves and the guy who's on the mound to get out there and do what they need to do to get it done.
Steph?
Coach was just talking about, that first inning, Evan could have let a spiral a bit and he holds him just to 1 run. You felt like that's a mentality that the staff has had to kind of, limit damage so far. I guess, what has it been about this group that's kind of clicked and kind of had, that mindset of, if someone gets a run to not let it spiral into, 2-3 in that inning?
Evan as a player is one of the strongest guys I know mentally, and I think he's probably out there on the mound just thinking, like I said, whatever happens, the next guy behind me, if I get pulled or if I'm out here the next guy, it's my job to get this done, and if not, the next guy's going to pick me up and the next guy after that. And I think really it's just our team camaraderie is really good this year. It's not just a team, it's a family, and we have a lot of faith and trust in each other, and that's really going to help us out in the long run.
All right, thank you guys.
Appreciate you, Brooke.
No problem.
See you again.